Hi guys, and welcome back to Rice Anime. Today I just wanted to do a video kind of in honor of Easter where I talk about bunny figures, and what I wanted to talk about with them today was just some opinions I have on certain figures, and maybe some of them might come across as some hot takes. But yeah, let's go ahead and get right into it. My first opinion that I would like to talk about is that I believe that the Raphtalia bunny is one of, if not the best bunny Freeing has done. I know I might be partial because she is the only bunny I currently own, but I just, even before I bought her, there was something about her that just looked so good. Like between the color of her suit, her pose, her facial expression, her hair. Like, I know Freeing kind of gets a bad reputation for not doing like the most detailed hair sculpts, but they did a phenomenal job on her hair, and I just think she is a lovely figure altogether. Whether you've seen her in person or not, you know she's gonna look good. I can say that out of all the Freeing bunnies, she is the one I would most consider my holy grail. And if you are interested at all in seeing an unboxing of her, you can check my video before this one. So now I would like to talk about a list I made of 5 bunnies that if I ever had the opportunity to buy them, I would. And the first one on this list is the Urza Scarlet bunny. I would really love to have a scale of Urza, and I think the bunny version is the best one I've seen of her. She's just wearing the classic black suit, and it just looks really nice. It's a really clean figure. But the thing that's kind of holding me back from getting her is, obviously her aftermarket. It's like, I just can't seem to justify spending over $500. I mean, it was ridiculous what I spent on the Raphtalia one, but I just feel she has a little bit of a better sculpt than the Urza one, like especially when it comes to the hair. So I'm just, I don't know what to do with this one. I really like her, but if I could just find her for, a more fair price, I would really consider getting her. But until then, it's just a dream. Up next on my list is the Taiga Isuka bunny. Now, this one is a very unique bunny in my opinion. I just really think they did a great job on the sculpt of her hair, and I mean her face looks just like Taiga's, and a lot of the Toradora figures are pretty dated now, so it's really nice to see an updated figure of her. I love the gloves she's wearing and how her bow is like an orange color, and the little, I don't know, the little rings around her ankles. I'm not sure what you call those. It just all looks so good together, and I love Toradora. It's such a good show, so I don't have any figures from it or anything. And I think, she would be a great one to have as my first figure. Elizabeth Leones is the next bunny on my list. And something about this one, along with like the Taiga bunny, is I really like when they're making figures of characters that don't have very many figures. And like Elizabeth, I know she has like a B-full figure, but we know the story with them. They're not usually made the best, and they tend to break. So her figures are very limited, especially when it comes to scales. So I'm really happy they made a bunny of her, and I just love the uniqueness of it as well, where they have, the asymmetrical, the stocking, and then no stocking, and then her asymmetrical shoe colors. She just looks really good, and her pose and facial expression feel very much like Elizabeth, and I just think this is a really great figure of her. And so I really hope someday I'm able to find her somewhere and order her. on to the next one, and it is the albedo bunny. Now, you guys already know I love albedo figures, so of course I'm gonna love the bunny as well. Something I really like about this bunny figure is that, you know, they actually put a little bit of meat on her bones, you know, and it just looks nice that they are trying out a different body type, and it just looks really good. And something I was really surprised about with this figure was that she is cast off. And I think that surprised a lot of other people too, which, you know, I don't really care for, you know, displaying figures like that, so it's not like a selling point for me. But overall, aside from all that, I think she's a lovely bunny. I heard she's absolutely massive. So she might be kind of hard to find space to display her. But I really like this one. And the final bunny on my list is a bunny that is up for pre-order currently, and it is the Toru bunny. Now, I had previously talked about her in one of my other videos before, but just to kind of give a recap on what I said about her, I really like how they incorporated different things from her maid outfit into this bunny. And I know some people were kind of complaining a little bit that she didn't have enough of her maid outfit a part of this bunny, but I think she looks really good as is, you know, between the little tie she has on and the gloves she's wearing. The color of her suit is the same, you know, as the dress or the maid outfit she wears in the anime as well. So there's some extra points for that. And she just looks so much like Toru, between, you know, the expression, her hair, her pose, everything looks really great. And I'm really keeping an eye on this one. Alright, now let's move into hot take territory. So I'd like to say about the Aqua Bunny that I really think she is a great bunny overall. I love the design of her suit. It's really fun and original. But one thing I'm not really a big fan of about this figure is her eyes. Like, am I the only one who think they look kind of lifeless? I mean, I was doing some like looking at her pictures here and everything, and I think it's because they made her pupil like a light blue instead of black or a dark blue or something. And I can't remember if it's like that in the anime or not, but I don't think it is. And I just feel like it just makes them feel kind of empty. And I just feel like they should have went with a darker pupil for her. Otherwise, she is a great figure, and I really like it. I just wish the eyes were different on her. Now, let's talk about the Deanne bunny. So, when I first saw the little window of her on My Figure Collection, and, you know, hadn't seen the full picture of the bunny yet, I just saw her face, I was so excited. And when I clicked on it, I quickly became less excited. Now, I was so happy because Deanne is one of my favorite characters from the Seven Deadly Sins. And same case with Elizabeth, she doesn't have very many figures. And so I was like, oh, that's so awesome, they're making a bunny of her. And how perfect for a giant girl. And, but something about the outfit they chose for her just isn't great, I don't think. Between, you know, like the like frills they added to the bottom of her suit, to like the shoes not really looking like, you know, your typical high heels, and I feel like the white bunny ears, you know, were kind of an odd choice to go with the orange and the blue. It just feels like kind of a mess. But I think they did a really good job on her face. You know, her pigtails look really nice. All of that, it looks a lot like Deanne. The pose is very much Deanne as well. I just really wish they would have went with a more classic bunny suit for her. And also, you know, they don't have any of the fishnet tights on her either. But I don't know, I feel like they could have really done a better job on this one, and I'm really sad. Like, I keep trying to convince myself I really like her, but I just can't seem to feel 100% about her. Alright, so now let's talk about some bunnies that I actually find kind of bland. The first one I want to talk about is the Megami Kato bunny. Now I've never seen, let's see, I believe it is How to Raise a Boring Girlfriend, I think she comes from. But this bunny, I'm just gonna say it's bad. Like, I don't like it. It's just something about it, you know, anytime I'm looking at like the pre-owned section of Ami Ami and see her come up with the other bunnies, I just always think how boring she is. From like the white suit to I just don't even know what to say about her. There's just nothing very unique about this one at all. The one thing she has going for her that makes her different is she has the bow on her back. But, I mean, other than that, the pose is boring, the face is boring, the colors are boring. It's just, I just think this one is so boring, and I just don't like it. I'm sorry, anybody who loves this figure. So now let's talk about the Ichigo bunny from, is it Darling in the Fran? I don't know if you pronounce the two X's or not. I've never seen the anime or anything, so I don't know much about this show. But when I saw this bunny, I just kind of thought she looks really awkward. Do you guys agree with that? Like, the pose and the facial expression, you know, don't really line up together. Like, someone on my figure collection had said something along the lines of, like, if she had a grumpy face or something like that, it would have looked a lot better. And I totally agree with that. Again, like, the suit's a little boring. And I just can't get over the awkward, like, look to the pose in the face. But yeah, so overall, I'm just not really a very big fan of this one. And for my final hot take for this video, it is about the Power and Makima bunnies. So I actually think they both look really good, but the price on them is just too much. To think for each of them, almost 40,000 yen on Ami Ami is insane. Like, that is the same price as the Albedo bunny, and she had her huge wings and she's cast off. So it's just so wild, the inflation that's been going on with freeing, and these two are a great example of that. It's just so wild that to think just how much over even just a year bunny figures have gone up in price. And I know, you know, you can argue about the weak yen and everything like that, but I mean, it's having a bit of a rebound, and it's been going a bit back and forth here lately, so it's scary to think for everyone who pre-orders these, you know, while the yen is low, to think where is it gonna be when these actually come out for release. So I just think, you know, they're really overpricing these now, which is too bad because, like I said, I do think these two look really well. They look nice, and I don't know, it's a shame that they're being so overpriced. Alright guys, so those are my bunny figure hot takes. Let me know in the comments, you know, if you agree with the things that I had said, or if you have some different opinions on these figures. And I hope you all have a happy Easter. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.